Hello, dear pupils. Welcome to the House of Knowledge. My name is Katekaев Г.М, and I'm very glad to see all of you on our today's webinar. After watching our video lessons, we have received uh, some questions, and the webinar we are having today includes answers to the most common questions you sent to us. Please be very attentive. And during the webinar today, we are going to talk about writing formal letters. So we'll learn how to write formal letters and remember this task. And we'll talk about famous writer Rudyard Kipling. We are ready to start. So the first question is, what is a formal letter? So formal letter, официальное письмо. Использовать стиль формал на практике получается проще, чем informal. Этого добиться просто, если не допускать неформальных или разговорных выражений в письмах. Признаками формального письма можно выделить использование шаблонов и устоявшихся выражений, таких как by virtue of this, on behalf of, concerning this issue, etc. Также в формальных письмах используется более сложная лексика. Do, act, make, create, watch, observe, want, would like, wish, ask, inquire, give, provide, etc. Очень важна еще и сама структура письма. Его следует грамотно делить на абзацы. Существует общая структура для таких писем. So, rules of writing formal letters in English. In English, there are a number of conventions that should be used when formatting a formal or business letter. Furthermore, you try to write as simply and as clearly as possible and not to make the letter longer than necessary. Remember not to use informal language like contractions. Addresses. Your address, the return address, should be written in the top right-hand corner of the letter. The address of the person you are writing to, the inside address, should be written on the left, starting below your address. Date. Different people put the date on different sides of the page. You can write these on the right or the left on the line after the address you are writing to. Write the months as a verb. Salutation or greeting. Dear Sir or Madam, if you do not know the name of the person you are writing to, use this. It is always advisable to try to find out a name. Dear Mr. Jenkins, if you know the name, use the title Mr., Mrs., Miss, or Miss, Doctor, etc. And the surname only. If you are writing to a woman and do not know if she uses Miss or Mrs., you can use MS, which is for married and single women. Ending a letter. Yours faithfully. If you do not know the name of the person, end the letter this way. Yours sincerely. If you know the name of the person, end the letter this way. Your signature. Sign your name, then print it underneath the signature. If you think the person you are writing to might not know whether you are male or female, put your title in brackets after your name. Content of a formal letter. First paragraph. The first paragraph should be short and state the purpose of the letter, to make an inquiry, complaint, request something, or etc. The paragraph or paragraphs in the middle of the letter should contain the relevant information behind the writing of the letter. Most letters in English are not very long, so keep the information to these essentials and concentrate on organizing it in a clear and logical manner rather than expanding too much. Last paragraph. The last paragraph of a formal letter should state what action you expect the recipient to take to refund, send you information, etc. Abbreviations used in letter writing. The following abbreviations are widely used in letters. By the way, you can also see them when messaging each other, email or sending messages by phones. So ASAP, as soon as possible. CC, carbon copy. When you send a copy of letter to more than one person, you use this abbreviation to let them know. Ink, enclosure, when you include other papers with your letter. PP, per precautionem, a Latin phrase meaning that you are signing the letter on somebody else's behalf if they are not there to sign it themselves, etc. PS, postscript, when you want to add something after you finished and signed it. PTO, informal, please turn over to make sure that the other person knows the letter continues on the other side of the page. RSVP, please reply. Outline, a covering letter. A covering letter is the one that accompanies your CV when you're applying for a job. Here is a fairly conventional plan for the layout of the paragraphs. Opening paragraph. Briefly identify yourself and the position you are applying for, and how you found out about the vacancy. Paragraph 2. Give the reasons why you are interested in working for the company and why you wish to be considered for that particular post. State your relevant qualifications and experience, as well as your personal qualities that make you a suitable candidate. Paragraph 3. Inform them that you have enclosed your current CV and add any further information that you think could help your case. Closing paragraph. Give your availability for interview. Thank them for their consideration, restate your interest, and close the letter. Outline a letter of inquiry. A letter of inquiry is when you are approaching a company speculatively, that is, you are making an approach without their having advertised or announced a vacancy. Opening paragraph. Introduce yourself briefly and give your reason for writing. Let them know of the kind of position you are seeking, why you are interested, and how you heard about them. Paragraph 2. Show why their company in particular interests you. Mention your qualifications and experience along with any further details that might make them interested in seeing you. Paragraph 3. Refer to your enclosed CV and draw their attention to any particularly important points you would like them to focus on in it. Closing paragraph. Thank them, explain your availability for interview, and restate your enthusiasm for their company and desire to be considered for posts that might as yet be unavailable. And here we've got the example of formal letter. A formal letter, as you can see, the reservations manager, Kelton Hotel, 78 Park Lane, Bristol, June 16. We said it is address and date. Then, beginning, dear Jack, if you know name, sir or madam. I'm writing, this is just a note to confirm a reservation that was made I asked you for this morning by telephone. This reservation for a couple of 2 nights is for me, myself, David Cook. I want or would like a room with a bathroom. I will be attending. I'm going to pop into the trade fair that is being held is going on in Bristol that week. It is all right. Would it be possible for me to have a room at the back of the hotel? Thank you. Thanks for sending me the brochure regarding your conference facilities. Unfortunately, I'm sorry I can't give you. I am unable to provide you with any definite dates at the moment now, as because we have yet to sort out the details of our sales conference. But, however, I'll drop a line as soon as I can possible. I'm looking forward to meeting you on 12th July. Best wishes, yours faithfully, David Cook. Well, now we are to talk about famous British writer. What is famous British writer Rudyard Kipling? What is his most famous book? Of course, it is the Jungle Book. But I want to start with another thing. Just listen how this famous poem sounds.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but are none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Well, my friends, I think the poem is really touching, and if you want, you can find a translation into Russian. And but why I chose this poem to listen to you. There are some interesting facts about this poem. Вот есть интересный факт об этой поэме. В своей посмертно опубликованной в 1937 году автобиографии Киплинг рассказывает, что это стихотворение было написано под впечатлением от личности Линдера Джеймсона, который в 1895 году возглавлял британский рейд против буров. Эта кампания потерпела неудачу и в конечном итоге привела к англо-бурской войне. Однако британская пресса подавала Джеймсона как героя, проявившего мужество в трудных обстоятельствах, а его поражению как победу Британии. Стихотворение «Если» было выгравировано на медной доске, размещавшейся на борту экспедиционного судна «Класс» сэра Эрнста Шеклтона. My friends, I'm sure if you read Kipling's works once, he will become your favorite writer. Our today's webinar is over. Goodbye and thanks for your attention.